y'all know normally on this show I just jump right into COVID. Not today. We're gonna jump into the Oxford shooting, where just yesterday, which is a couple of days ago, Ethan Crumb is now gonna be where just 2 days ago, People Magazine posted an article about this. The Oxford High School shooting suspect Ethan Crumb needs to plead insanity, undergo psychiatric evaluation. Ethan Crumb is the teenager suspected of fatally shooting 4 students. The filing signed by defense attorneys reads, "Please take notice of pursuant MCL 769.20A, the defendant Ethan Crumb." But, he claims of his insanity defense because if y'all know, what he did, he had the papers, he needed help. But there was something new about this. On Friday, I talked to you guys about the lawsuit. that the new attorney filed, not the one that Jeffrey Feiger filed, the new one, where it was something new to this, where the attorney claims that the counselors called the parents, and they said, the counselor said, we can pick up your son, and he said, "No, I can't because I'm at work." And in my mind, I'm like, God damn. All you had to do was just pick up your son. It's not hard to be sitting up here, not just hard to say, "Okay, thank you, I'm on my way." Or you're going to be like, "I can't make it right now."
Is Nantucket Police Chief Bill.
Sorry about that. Or you would have been like, "Okay, I'm going to have my neighbor come pick him up. He can stay at my neighbor's house till I get home." And they would be like, "Okay, man, that's fine. Thank you. Bye." Like that. That's all you had to do. But in this new lawsuit, the attorney claims they violated the Michigan child law. I found the news conference. I'm going to play you a portion. Not all of it, just a portion. Because let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you something right now. If I was that attorney, what I would have done, I would have done exactly what he would have done. Here it is. I'll play you a portion.
Our family will never be.
And just a reminder, the family is filing this lawsuit along with the attorney. So what I'm going to do is play you a portion of this news conference.
So what did they do? Mr. Ejak, Mr. Hopkins, they called mom and dad. And what their statements had been to the investigators is that we called dad, and when he answered, there was just dead space air. We then called mom. Remember, mom was called the day before and never responded. This time she apparently picked up, and they asked her to come in and say, we got issues with Ethan, we need to talk to you right now. And she said, I can't because of work. Now, what we don't know yet is the interplay between Ms. Fine from the day before and these gentlemen, but I don't know where you all work, but I know this. If something's going on in Jeff Stewart's office, and he's not right next door, these folks, I'm sure they are because they're both counselors, but Jeff Stewart's going to tell Ben Johnson, man, something really weird happened here. I called the mom and she never even got back to me when her kid's looking up ammunition at school. So I believe the evidence is going to prove these two spoke and they knew what was going on. And what happened was these folks finally came to school, and they have Ethan now apparently in a separate room. He's explaining all this nonsense away through lies and deceit, covering it up. And the parents, the investigation has revealed, were not impressed with anything, didn't think there was a problem, nothing bad's going wrong, and oh, by the way, is the meeting over? So I say to you folks, your level of suspicion was high before, but when you have parents that look you in the face and either don't give a flying hoot or are just so oblivious that it doesn't register, all you have to do is make one call. It's called 911. There's a liaison officer from Oakland County Sheriff Department that works at Oxford School. Apparently wasn't there that day, but that's why we have these things called phones. I don't know about you all, but I carry mine right there. Call 911. We have a kid drawing 2 days in a row about guns, so forth, hurting people. We need your help. Come figure this out. And if they had done that, what would have happened is they have a task force in the Oakland County Sheriff Department, ladies and gentlemen, for this very thing. Some of you may know, some of you may not know. Part of the task force is the FBI. They get involved in these things to investigate, to see what's going on, and if there's other people involved, and if there's going to be a shooting. They never made the call. When the meeting was occurring with the parents in the room, Hopkins and EJAC told the parents that they suspected that Ethan had suicidal ideations. Fancy terms for, we think the kid's going to hurt himself. There is, I believe, once we get into this, there's going to be evidence that there have been previous suicides at Oxford High School. My understanding is that there's been a couple in the recent past, so this issue was...
That's it for the for part of the press conference. If you want to see more of that press conference, we'll have the link in the description. But to our main focus, when we return, the 15 YouTubers that dropped out of school. And the reasons may surprise you when we come back. Weeks ago, I talked about dropping out. I did a whole segment about dropping out of school, and about why parents need to get involved in their kids' lives when they're dropping out of school. But there isn't the main reason about this is because of YouTubers. There's been YouTubers out there that just there have been YouTubers who go to school and don't even bother with and are struggling. Let me tell you, I started my YouTube channel when I was in school. It was back in 2013 or 2014. School was hard, but you know what I did? If you guys dropped out, you were wrong. I handled it like a man. Like a man, I handled it. But there are 15 YouTubers, and if you were to look up YouTubers dropped out of school, vlogfun.com has 15 of these folks. Did an article about this just 4 years ago. So you want to get all self-righteous and get smart with me, YouTubers. Here's the list. These are the 15 YouTubers that have dropped out of school. Many YouTubers that are in college or high school dropouts, and their fans do not know. Some YouTubers may openly explain what caused them to drop out and those do not. Also, many individuals chose to drop out in order to pursue their careers in YouTube. This list are not very successful. So, let's get started with these 15. First on the list, we have Andrea Russet. She has almost 3 million subscribers on YouTube and is known for her popularity in social media, vlogging on YouTube and acting. She attended a Catholic high school in Indiana in her teenage years, but then decided to enroll in an online course after moving to California to pursue her dream of being famous. She was enrolled in an online school for about 6 months and decided to drop out. She has not spoken about her experience. Jake Paul. He's a comedian on YouTube, has over 13 million subscribers on YouTube, and becomes even more popular each day. Jake decided to drop out of high school when he was only 17 years old, juvenile, in order to achieve his dreams of becoming an actor. He never finished his high school career, but is one of the most successful YouTubers right now who have dropped out of school. Casey. He's a famous YouTuber, filmmaker, vlogger of the company band which he sold to CNN. Casey had a rough time when he was younger and dropped out of high school during his sophomore year and never returned. After dropping out, he had his son at age 17, lived in a trailer park, and then decided to move to New York City to begin his career. He has produced many films and well-known YouTube videos. Casey Neistat is one of the most popular YouTubers and video producers, and has come a long way, even though he does not have a high school diploma or a college degree. Kristen Leanne. Famous beauty guru Kristen Leanne is also another successful high school dropout. The reason she dropped out is due to her constantly getting bullied during school. Bullies targeted her because she was different than other students. She liked different music gestures, like alternative and rock. She was transferred to multiple different schools with the goal of escaping the bullies, but was not able to get a raise, so she decided to drop out. Now she's a successful YouTuber and beauty guru on YouTube and has over 500,000 subscribers on YouTube channel. Good work. FaZe Rug. Known for his daily vlogs, challenges, and pranks. He dropped out of San Diego College during his freshman year because he was not able to handle college and YouTube, so he decided to drop out. Since then, extremely popular, has over 7 million subscribers. Gabriel Kant. This is dropped out of Florida State University, where he was along with the goal of getting his bachelor's of fine arts and acting. Decided to drop out because he wanted to devote all of his attention to his YouTube career rather than being in college. He has overcome a very successful and has 1.5 plus million subscribers on YouTube. Morgs. A well-known YouTuber who dropped out of high school at the age of 15 in order to make YouTube videos full-time. He enjoys being in front of a camera and making YouTube videos so much that he wanted to divert all his attention to YouTube rather than school. Now he has 2.6 million subscribers and continues to become more and more popular each day. Philip Defranco. A popular YouTuber with a channel that has just under 6 million subscribers. He was studying at Asheville Buckholm Technical Community College, then University of South Florida, decided to drop out to continue creating his daily YouTube news shows. He has been extremely successful to go on his channel. Now has a wife and 2 kids. His videos are usually controversial and include topics of politics and YouTubers. WTS or Work 2 Shaw, youngest of the member of the Sign Man, the group of FIFA players. He dropped out of high school at age 17 and decided to make his YouTube career full-time rather than part-time. He has 11.8 million subscribers to his YouTube channel, which is his gaming channel decided to the game FIFA. Nate Shot. A gaming YouTuber who built his channel on the popular shooting game Call of Duty. Nate Shot or Matt. He took the opportunity and quit his job out of college, moved back with his parents, started preparing for tournaments, started winning more tournaments in Florida than his YouTube channel took off. He has since then retired from modding, but he still enjoys playing Call of Duty and other games for his YouTube audience. More YouTubers who dropped out when they returned. So tonight we're looking at YouTubers who have dropped out of school. Number 11 on the list is Tara Michelle. She's a Canadian YouTuber known for her traveling videos, fashion tutorials, makeup tutorials, and DIY videos. Started college in Canada as a communications major, thinking it would be mainly about social media. She decided to drop out when she discovered it was not what she wanted. After she dropped out, she she came to a different school in California for a visual media program. She decided to drop out of this college as well after feeling like she wasn't learning well. Zola, another beauty YouTuber who chose not to go to college. Time to go to college, but she could not let herself go. She has severe anxiety, which prevented her from knowing what she wanted to do. But rather than go to college, she did an apprenticeship and other jobs. Nathan Zed dropped out of college realizing he was not fit for him. Stressful for him. He states his first year of college was good, but experience starting to dislike school. Nathan was a student at Virginia Tech, and uploads drawing attention to the social issues occurring today in society. Sarah Taylor, a 19-year-old who dropped out of college to pursue his career. Sarah's very successful after dropping out of college. He's able to travel the world, documents experiences of lavish style. He's friends with members of the Clout House and other YouTubers. He instantly became popular, and many admire him due to his lifestyle. Last one, Tori Appealing. Tori Storley. She dropped out of college. She attended the University of Alabama. Her classmates made fun of Tori while in school because of her YouTube channel. Also, she had a hard time adapting to Alabama when she is from Philadelphia. She joined a sorority and discovered that lifestyle was nothing she was looking for. Also, she felt herself becoming distant from her fans because she wants to be able to upload much. So you 15 YouTubers out there, it was too late for you. So you still had a lot to go. You had college and stuff, but like I always said, when you choose behavior, you choose the consequences. And for you people making fun of your, and when I made my own channel, nobody made fun of me. People were cool with it. Nobody actually made fun of it. Alright, now to this article that I'm going to read to you. This is another thing. I was going to do it to you yesterday, but then there was a security guard in front of me, and I feel like I'll get in trouble. This was in Great Falls. Thursday, it was at 4:19. On Thursday, Great Falls Police Department was made a potential threat. Said the threat involved action against the school on Friday and threatened firearms and explosives. 4:19. They announced that Henry Douglas was 56 years old and had been arrested on charge of felony intimidation in connection with a threat. But the police department said in news release that they're specific to CMR and said the action would take place the morning on Friday with the threat of firearms and explosives. The overview, but they plan to release an update by 4 o'clock and announce whether the school should be in session on Friday. Well, I don't know, but we're going to give... But this goes to our safety break right now. We're just talking about which is an overview of the public school safety precautions. We have an evacuation. General emergency that requires students to leave the building for safety. Parents should follow emergency notifications. A lockdown, immediate threat. All staff and students locked in rooms. No one in or out. Shelter in place. Define safety precaution for external threat is not immediate or internal threat. Class hold is defined as a safety precaution implemented during an incident where students need to be kept in the classroom, released with care. Defined as a possible threat in the schools, neighborhoods during arrival release time, released with care procedures. Staff may also be asked to accompany students home. Which brings us to the back to school safety checklist. This is what I'm going to get to on Friday. So, because of the Oxford thing and the blame game. This is from the National Safety Council. The summer jobs getting to school. It's vitally important. The thing and the more responsibility. If you guys are walkers out there, you need to walk on the sidewalk. If there's no sidewalk, you must walk in the street, walk facing traffic. Before crossing the street, stop, look left, right, and left again. See those cars coming in. Never dart out in the parked car. Practice walking to school with your child, crossing streets at crosswalks available. Never walk while texting or talking on the phone or with earbuds. Very important. If you're riding a bike, always wear a helmet and that is fitted and secured properly. Controlling the rules of the road. Ride single file on the right side of the road. Come to a complete stop before crossing the street and walk the bike across. Watch for opening car doors and other hazards. Use hand signals when turning. wear bright colored clothing. Same thing when you're buying a bike, it's the same thing if you're going out at night. Bus riders, you need to teach children the proper way to get off and on the bus. Line up 6 feet away from the curb as the bus approaches. If seatbelts are available, buckle up. Wait for bus to stop completely before standing. Do not cross in front of the bus. If possible, walk at least 10 feet ahead. But for drivers, you need to share the road. Don't block crossroads, yell at pedestrians. Never pass a vehicle. Stop for pedestrians. Never pass a bus loading and unloading children. The area 10 feet around a school bus is the most dangerous for children. Stop far enough back to allow them safety to exit the bus. For you guys teens out there, if you're driving, you need teens crash a lot because struggle in traffic. As your teen becomes your driver, learn more about what you can do. And going back to the safety precautions for the school, students should walk in groups or pairs. Students should travel with designated route, and parents should know where the route is taken. Students should check in with the responsible individual when they arrive at home. Students should be taught always to be aware of their surroundings. Students should avoid alleys on the designated route to and from school. Students should walk in designated sidewalks well areas, and parents should notify the school when after-school procedures change. So if you follow these safety tips from this show on lockdowns, your school may be safe and you could be in a less accident. So as we approach the new year, we have to make sure, as we're still approaching the new year, let's make sure that we're following these tips. If we don't follow these tips, then it's a hell on earth. Final topic when we come back. With COVID happening in our schools, the question is, how many days can a child miss? It complicates truancy. Let me tell you, it's been on the rise since the start of the pandemic back in 2020. This was after learning her daughter, Cricket, has been exposed to COVID-19 in her school. Sherry Lindsay Jones made sure to keep her home and her classmates safe. One day during the quarantine, Lindsay Jones heard someone at their front door. A truancy officer paid him a visit. Deputy Lee Odom with the Sheriff's Office left a notice telling her own mom to contact truancy office severely reduced to result in the summons to appear in court. The note set off alarms Lindsay Jones' mind. She said there was no easy way to access this information. Now the mom was being investigated for something she thought she was doing correctly. She would be brought in court and was sent to jail. But there's a lot of confusion. It's defined, but again, truancy is defined as a student having either 5 unexcused days tardy or 5 unexcused days absent within a school semester. But while country parish rates slightly higher than the states, 38% in 2019, but during 2020, the school year before COVID, furloughs amounted to over 7,200. Attendance is one focus area of the State Department. But again, COVID gets in the way because of this crap. And because of COVID, and everything happens. Alright? If your child's truant, it's because of COVID. I mean, the CDC says your child's staying home for like 5 days. You gotta let the school know. She won't be home for 5 days because she has COVID. Just let them know. And they'll notify the officer, they'll do something about it, and then you tell it to the judge, and did you file a notice? I did before, and like this, a week ago, no excuse. The public school sending parents to court over absent kids. And a judge said this court is a last resort. But parents don't even want that crap. There are programs out there. I mean, the judge is here to help you. Wonderful programs, a lot of things out there. And if you don't want to take the help, it's your choice to make. I've covered truancy for 5 years on this show. For 5 years, this is the only topic I've covered. The only topic I've covered is truancy. It's a growing problem in Nueces County, and it's a growing problem in every other states. But we have to do something. We can't just put parents in jail. What's that saying the message to the kids? Like, oh, I can skip school and go on down in jail. We have to get educators in line. We got to get everyone else in line. We can't be arresting parents. What's that teaching them? There's a difference between being responsible and making truancy criminal. I mean, the whole reason of it is because they're being bullied. They're being picked on. They're staying away because of this. I think we can all agree that we have to rely on educators. We can't rely on parents being arrested. The state taking them away for like 30 months in jail or something like that. We need to do something. If we don't do something fast, it's going to come back and bite us in the ass. Okay, so here's what I got for you coming up on Tuesday. We're off on Monday, so I'm going to tell you what's going to happen on Tuesday. Tuesday's the first day of February, so we could see an understanding about this new project. Is it going to be done? We still don't know. I'm going to go back over there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over there and see what the board has said. I mean, the last board meeting, they said it's going to be done at February. I'm like, okay, what day in February? Is it going to be the 1st of February? Is it going to be the middle of February? Is it going to be the end of February? Is it going to happen in March? We still don't know. But on Tuesday, I'm going to go back there and talk about it. Possibly, if I don't get in trouble. That's all this dish to give me a break Saturday going to Sunday. A reminder, we're off on Monday, so we'll see you again for Give Me a Break Tuesday. For all of us here at YouTube, good night.